8:35 on a Tuesday morning on KCMO Talk Radio 95.7 FM. We appreciate you being here. Whether you're streaming on Alexa, Google, the app, or, of course, right there on the radio, set that preset to 95.7. It is that time of the week.
It's time for Tirade Tuesday on 95.7 FM and 710 AM KCMO.
Are you talking to me?
How dare you?
It's morning, so it's Mundo.
All right, it's your chance, 913-408-7957. Tirade Tuesday, lines are open, and this segment is all on you. It's the only segment all week that if it bombs out, you can't blame me for it. You got to line up those tirades on whatever's on your mind. Doesn't have to be news, sports, life, whatever. Kansas City, you let it rip. 913-408-7957. 95.7. Let's start with Ron and Lee Summit. Go ahead, Ron. What's your tirade?
Yeah, my tirade is it's fine and dandy. You have the police chief on and about the situation downtown. What about us people in the northeast area where the homeless people are burning down the homes? Six and Chestnut. About a week ago, an old lady was saved by a community development officer and her dog. It's on the internet and the pictures. And according to her, the resource manager, she said that 89 arsons in last month in the northeast area, and we know who's doing it. We know that the homeless people are doing it just so they can come in there and steal stuff after the fire department leaves, and then come in there and steal the copper that's burnt off. So that's and something ought to be done about it.
All right, that's good. That's good, Ron. Thanks for bringing it to our attention, buddy. I do appreciate it. 913-408-7957. That's why they got to get themselves fully staffed as quickly as they possibly can. 913-408-7957. Tirade Tuesday. Lines are open for you. John and Mark will take care of you. Let's go to Ryan, South KC. Go ahead, Ryan.
Good morning, Pete. What's going on? Well, hey, it is a good morning now until about another hour and a half, which brings me to my point. I wish Trump's cuts and executive orders worked as well as the liberals are freaking out. Like, why is NPR still in the air? I got to go to a job here in an hour and a half and listen to that for the rest of the day.
Oh, wait, you have to go to a job where they have NPR on all day?
Yes, I broke down and actually took a job for a Democrat, but I'll take their money.
Well, but that's fine. I mean, listen, I've worked for people that disagree with me politically, but what business puts NPR on all day?
It's not even a business; it's just an individual. But I love the guy. I mean, he's a great dude. So I deal with it. I try to have you guys on in the background. Always listen to Kevin next, and then Guy, following him, and. Actually, old Dan and then Guy. But and speaking of that, I know it's National Police Week, and I want to give a shout out to my neighbor who's a retired cop. I heard him listening to Guy yesterday. So
there you go. Well, let me ask you this then: when you listen to us, how do you do it without getting in trouble with your boss?
Well, I just try to keep it down as little as possible. I try to bring my little earbuds with me, but sometimes I forget them.
Oh, that's all right, man. Hey, if you crank it up once in a while, maybe we'll help him turn the corner.
All right, dude.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Well done. That's a very nice job. 913-408-7957. Tirade Tuesday. The phones are open for you. 913-408-7957. Steven, go.
Oh, Pete, good morning in the golden age. I had my tirade all ready to go. The ladies of The View were hating on the Pope last week, and they're calling him anti-inclusive of LGBTQ plus A rights. And then suddenly, it was what tends to happen in the golden age. Yesterday, Sonny, with a 98% chance of racism hosting, found out that the Pope was black. Sonny and the gals found out that he's Creole and has a 20% black ancestry through 23andMe, and now the ladies of The View are fully are fully in support of our new Pope in the Catholic Church. I sometimes I feel like I'm living in I'm hallucinating. So just another week, another fantastic week in the Golden Age. We'll all be sitting at John Knox Village, 30 years from now, saying, "Remember when we had a Republican president? He did everything we've ever dreamed about for 30 or 40 years." So God bless. I can't believe I'm saying this. God bless the ladies of the View, loving their new black Pope.
I did see that too. Yeah, the Pope. Headline in the New York Times: see historical records documenting the Pope's Creole roots in New Orleans. There you go. How about that? 913-408-7957. Let's go to Kevin in Lee Summit. Go ahead, Kevin. What's your tirade?
I am sick of all these drivers out here that are not courteous to the truckers out here. I drive a truck day in and day out. I put on my turn signal to get over, and these idiots go past you and then get into the same lane you're trying to get out of. If they would just wait and let you over, they could already be where they wanted to be. That's my tirade.
That's an excellent one, Kevin. Thank you very much for it, buddy. I do appreciate it. You're right. Listen, none of us want to get stuck behind the 18-wheeler, right? We don't. But when you see them signaling to get into the right lane and you're in the right lane, back up, get behind them in the middle lane. Just be smart about it, because it only takes one guy to screw up and you got yourself a world of hurt. 913-408-7957. John in Topeka, go ahead. What's your tirade?
My prayers and condolences to that guy that works for the Democrat. I just hope he keeps his sanity. And my tirade is about drivers as well. The last driver, he said something about the way people are driving. I just wish people would go. Just a simple word, 2 letters, go. And when you're rushing up on the left lane and you're pulling in and you have to hit your brakes, you're the problem, because then you're stopping everybody. And then wrecks, why does everybody have to rubberneck on a wreck? There's YouTube for that. You want to see wrecks, go to YouTube, YouTube the wrecks, stop rubbernecking and causing backups on the other side of the highway where there's nothing happening. And for goodness sakes, fire trucks. When there's a fire truck behind you and he's honking his horn, maybe you move up out of the way instead of going up and then stopping in the left lane in front of him. Maybe move to the right. I don't know. I mean, it breaks my brain watching all these people, go. Merge safely. Use common sense. Stop looking at the wrecks. When fire trucks are coming through, move out of their way. I don't know. It just breaks my brain daily.
Common sense, not as common as you would think. Lauren in Overland Park, what's your tirade, Lauren?
ABC News and David Muir. It drives me crazy. They repeat everything 4 times just to milk the clock and avoid spending money for journalism.
That's what they do best. Avoid spending money for journalism. Thank you, Lauren. There you go. 913-408-7957. Brandon Gladstone, what's your tirade?
Yeah, my tirade is the inspection place that I went to go get my car inspected at. They noticed I had a firearm in my car, and because of that, they kicked me off their property, said I could never come back. And that's pretty unconstitutional, in my opinion, when they had no sign posted, and it was in my vehicle, my own personal property.
Wow. So now you got to go to another inspection site.
Yep, and as I'm leaving, I'm like, man, your liberal views are terrible. There's a couple man bun wearing guys in the crowd, because there was a line at this point. We're just like cheering them on, like, leave, you need to leave. And it was just a weird feeling when I didn't do anything but just go get my car, was getting inspected and looked at. So kind of a weird deal.
Well, and there's nothing illegal about what you did. So, and if they don't have a sign that says no firearms, how are you supposed to know that if it was just sitting in your car?
That's exactly what I said, and that's when I had words with the mechanic, but I could tell with his mask that he had on and his full body suit that his beliefs and his views are a lot different than mine.
Yeah, man bun and face mask in 2025 is probably a dead giveaway. You're screwed. All right, Brandon. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's a bad combo. Real bad combo. He never had a chance. Poor guy. Richard in KC North. What's up, Richard?
Good morning, Pete. I've got a problem with Kansas City. Kansas City could not keep a lemonade stand in this city. We have lost so much because the city council and the mayor and all the other cronies down there. We lost the Speedway to Kansas. We lost, all that shopping district to Kansas. Everything that they wanted to do up at KCI with the Speedway is a big deal, because now here we are talking about the Chiefs and the Royals, them wanting to move. I just saw the other day by the Speedway, now we're losing the American Royal. It's going over to the Legends area. They cannot keep a doggone thing here, whether it be their politics, whether it be the city council, whatever it may be. It's all going over by the Speedway. That Speedway and that Legends area could have been put up by KCI.
Could have been, man. Listen, it crosses a lot of administrations, so you're right about that, Richard. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Buddy.
But listen, if earnings taxes kills them, regulation, red tape. Who did I hear the other day say, this was a great line? I actually, it was the J.P. Morgan president. Why am I blanking on his name? He was in California, Jamie Dimon, looking at the Palisades Park area that just got destroyed by wildfires. And this guy is no diehard conservative by any stretch. Jamie Dimon was quoted as saying, we should stop calling it red tape and start calling it blue tape, because it's the Democratic Party that loves all these regulations that prevents growth in cities, in places like Southern California and all of California for that matter. He said, stop calling it red tape, call it blue tape. That was Jamie Dimon. It's a great line. Absolutely great line. Justin in Prairie Village, last up on a Tirade Tuesday. What's going on?
Yeah. Just reading about everything that they're working on the big Tax Cuts and Jobs Act and trying to extend that. And I don't know, I feel kind of deflated as a conservative, because I feel like we're the party of, children and pro-life movement, but I don't feel like there's anything in there no common sense laws. The big one for me is I haven't seen anything come through for expanding the child care FSA. It's been at $5,000 since the 80s. And $5,000 for that's maybe 4 months of daycare. And, we're currently at a declining rate of birth here. I think we need to do something to try and help working class parents pay for those daycare costs.
I think that is a great point, Justin. I appreciate the tirade, man. And I hope that there is a lot of pro-family policy in this, as it's been dubbed, big, beautiful bill. You're right. It's one of the many things they got to tackle. Tirade Tuesday in the books. Nice job. Well done. A lot of topic variety, which we always like on a Tirade Tuesday.